Today we're going to talk about technology integration frameworks. Here's an overview of the things we're going to be learning about today. So we're going to learn about the TIP model, the Samir model, the LOTI model, the TIM model, and the TPAC. The TIP stands for Technology Integration Planning. Technology integration planning is a model that helps teachers analyze their use of technology in the classroom and its effectiveness. It's focused on student outcomes, and it is a step-by-step method. Phase 1 is determine the relative advantage. Phase 2, decide on objectives. Phase 3, design integration strategies. Phase 4, prepare the instructional environment. And Phase 5, evaluate and revise integration strategies. The Samir model stands for substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. The Samir model guides the process of reflecting on how we are integrating technology into our classrooms. You can use this model to move up to the next level. The Samir model starts with substitution, or using technology to substitute tools with no functional change. An example of this would be using Google Earth to locate a place instead of using an atlas. The Samir model can progress all the way to the redefinition phase. This means the tech allows for the creation of new tasks previously inconceivable. An example of this would be using Google Earth to create narrated guided tours of a location to share online with others. The LOTI model. LOTI stands for Levels of Teaching Innovation. The goal of this model is to find the balance of using instruction, assessment, and digital tools to promote higher order thinking, engagement, and authentic assessment. Here's a picture of the model, and you can see that it is broken into a few different categories. So on one side we have the type of learning, and it can be either student-directed or teacher-directed. On the other side, you have the type of activities, which are practice-based or problem-based, and then on the top and bottom you have the levels of cognitive complexity. And then in the middle of this diagram it shows the different LOTI levels. So the higher the level, the more technology that's being integrated in promoting higher order thinking skills, collaboration, and engagement in the classroom. So here's an example of all the levels. The level 0 is for non-use, which means that the technology is not being used in the classroom. Level 1 is for awareness, and technology is being used usually by the teachers for lectures or by the students as a reward. The LOTI model can progress all the way up to level 6. And level 6 is refinement, which means that students are actively using technology in the classroom daily, and students have access to the latest technology, and they're able to collaborate with others outside of the classroom. The next model we're going to talk about is the TIM model. It stands for Technology Integration Matrix. And as you can see, this model is set up like a comprehensive rubric and has 5 levels of technology integration and 5 attributes of the learning environment. So you can look at this and you can say that your learning environment is active, and the level of technology integration is adaptation, and it reads conventional independent use of tools, and some students choose and explore. The next model we're going to look at is the TPAC model. It stands for Technological, Pedagogical, Content, Knowledge. The 3 components must work together in order to support effective technology integration in this model. And as you can see from this diagram, the middle is going to be where it all balances out and where you're using technology most effectively. Here's a list of my resources used. If you want to know more about the LOTI model, because it is very complex, the last YouTube video that I have listed in my resources is a really great example and gives a lot of good explanation to each level of the LOTI model.